Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. Today I finished up our JBI suspension Kawasaki KX450 Showa R&D and test forks. The fork on top we have fully assembled and completely built. And then just below it, I have the cartridge assembly that will be fitted into the other fork. But right now I left it out just so we can see a little bit of what it looks like on the inside of this completed JBI suspension Showa R&D and test fork. In the last episode of this, we went over a lot of what we did in terms of the anodized coatings, the Cerakote coating on the bottom. We kept use of the stock titanium nitrate coating on the lower leg. We went over the JBI suspension subvalves that are located in this region, the JBI titanium leaf springs valves, which is located in the mid valve of the piston. I don't know if we went over the volume spacers. They may not have been on the cartridges in the last video, but that is part of the JBI suspension Kawasaki KX450 Showa Pro Fork kit. And the big thing I wanted to debut in this video is our JBI titanium Pro Perch. This item is replacing the Pro Perch 2.0. The JBI titanium Pro Perch has been in development for the past 4 years. And as you can see, it is quite a departure and upgrade from the previous version of it. The main feature is that the shims, or reed pedals, are now part of the body themselves. Before that, we were mounting the shims with screws and shim retainers to the perch body and letting the shims bend out of the way. Now we've made the actual body itself have the pedals in it. You can see these really thin line right in between. So what's gonna happen is these are gonna flex open towards the camera under oil pressure. So oil is going to flow up this way, or actually a better way, more accurate way is the spring perch is going to compress down as the fork compresses, and at a certain point into the travel, this spring perch is going to engage the oil in the outer chamber of the fork. Once this engages that oil, the oil is going to flow through the inside of the perch, so in here, and then come out of these reed pedal designs. We have 4 of them, 1 on each side. You can kind of visualize it like saloon doors, like out of an old Western. When you walk in and these doors, they separate in the middle to allow you to walk through. Same kind of concept with this. It's very similar to a reed valve, like what you would see inside of a 2-stroke motor. The reed pedals flex open depending on how much pressure is being pulled through it by the motor. We have a similar concept in the sense that these reed pedals, they flex open dependent upon the amount of pressure is being input. That's important because a fork compresses at many different speeds. So what do I mean by that is how quickly the fork compresses down. It varies a lot over the course of a lap, whether you're landing from a jump or going over small bumps or everything in between in terms of obstacles that you would see on the track or out on the trail. So because of that, the amount of oil we want to flow through our perch is going to vary in each scenario and situation. So the most effective thing we can do is have a perch that flows oil through it based on a pressure input, meaning how hard or quickly did the fork compress down. And depending on that, how much force input we put on this will determine how much these reed pedals flex open. Previously, the Pro Perch body was all aluminum. So this aluminum piece here, and this was also aluminum. Now this part that is silver is made out of titanium. We had to do that to ensure that this would never wear out in its application and function. Meaning these reed pedals, you can cycle them and put pressure on them during normal riding use, and they're never gonna wear out, break, flex, crack, or fatigue. This is something that we covered in the design phase of it and also during the testing phase of it as well. So really pumped on this. We spent the last 4 years really coming up with a newer design that's a lot more sleek, low profile, and most importantly, more effective, meaning when it engages the oil towards the end of travel, it is a little more effective than the previous Pro Perch. A lot of that is due by design. Instead of the round circle design with the shim covering it, you see we have a different design as well, and we have a difference in how much area can be created. What I mean by that is the amount of area these shims can flex open is a lot more than the previous one. And that's very beneficial when you have a valve that is pressure sensitive. So that's what I mostly wanted to debut in this video, was show off the new JBI Titanium Pro Perch. We've been testing it for quite a while and had a lot of prototypes and early production versions out there and getting really good feedback from people. And now I'm excited to have the actual production version of it available. And we'll be doing a lot of videos and getting riders' feedback on it. There's a product page on ridejbi.com that goes into all the details of the new JBI Titanium Pro Perch. The rest of the videos you will be seeing on these forks will primarily be rider feedback. So out testing at the track. And then down the line, we're gonna grab another set of these forks. So that way we have two sets of them. Our main testing set with our most common, or let's say popular setting. And then we'll have the other set that we continue to do testing and R&D on to always ensure that we're always trying to get the best settings that we can and always progressing towards something better. Cool, well, I'm excited, man. A lot of good things have been happening at Ride JBI. We've been wrapping up a lot of good projects, getting a lot of good bike testing done. I'd say 2023 was a big year where we focused a lot on the Hondas and Showa suspension in the early part of the year and the last part of 2022. And then around early 2023, we started doing a lot more WP Pro component suspension. Just something that we didn't have as much time on it that we wanted to. So we really focused on that the past year. And after we got some really improved settings from our previous settings, we had now been able to pivot and now focus towards our Kawasaki Showa suspension. I'm going to focus more on this stuff. And then soon you'll be seeing some more Yamaha KYB suspension stuff coming out. So we're going to pivot towards that stuff for the next 6 months to a year. And then after we feel like we've done a good job improving our current settings, we will again pivot, shift focus again, and see what else we can work on. All JBI suspension services and parts can be found at ridejbi.com. If you'd like Ride JBI to do your suspension, please give us a call or send us an email. We can discuss the year, make, and model bike that you have, which options are available, and which setup would be most advantageous for you.